From the KDLM studios in Detroit Lakes, it's Hodge Podge with Carol McCarthy, presented by Partnership for Health, and now airing on TV3.
And today on Hodge Podge, I've got a couple of special guests from the Detroit Lakes Community Ed. And we've got Anne-Marie Locker and Fran Rethwich in the studio with me this morning. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, and Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, too. So we're going to find out a little bit more about some of the new offerings in the Community Ed catalog this year, as the new catalog for winter 2020 is out. And also we'll touch on that and some of the early education and youth activities as well. So
yes. So the catalogs went out in the mail last week, so hopefully everyone in the Detroit Lakes School District mailing area got one in their mailbox. If they did not, we've got lots of them at the Lincoln Education Center and around town at libraries and the clinics and different places. You can stop and pick one up. And of course, we're always online at dlcommunityed.com.
All right.
So you can check out all of our offerings and get registered there as well. So yeah, we have a few new classes this winter. We're excited for people to get out of the house and do some things.
Right. And I see that you have one of the new classes is the Winter Garden Gnome.
Yes, and he's so cute. I just had to point him out because he can replace some of your tired old Christmas greenery that's, we're a ways from the flower boxes, I'm afraid, in this area. So if you're looking for something for your front porch to dress it up a little bit, check him out. Gnomes are kind of the in thing right now.
All right. Very cool. So we're talking about the offerings in the new catalog, the Winter 2020 catalog through Detroit Lakes Community Education. Anne-Marie Locker and also Fran Rethwich in the studio with me this morning. And Anne-Marie, also, you've got people maybe have made that resolution to get more fit, and you help them out that way.
Yep. We've got a couple fitness classes for you, and we've also got a healthy food alternative class that you can take, and some other food classes that if you're looking just to cook more at home and learn a few new things. We've got pasta making and pizza dough with Delfina. She's a very charming Italian lady who lives in town, and she'll teach you the ways she grew up cooking Italian. We've got sushi rolling. You can go to the hub and learn how to roll your own sushi. Meal prep, Instant Pot, all kinds of cooking classes. So check those out. One of the new things we have this winter, we've had this class a few years back, but as you know, Detroit Lakes passed an ordinance that allows people to have backyard chickens.
Right.
So if you'd like to learn more about raising chickens, we have a class coming up February 13th, and that class is free, but you do need to pre-register, so give us a call or go online. And a bicycle maintenance coming up, that not till the end of March, but if you're looking to get ready for riding this spring.
Okay. Some of the other hobbies and special interests I see, how to learn a foreign language. That's a good one.
Yeah, something different if you're interested.
Country.
Yes,
or just want to learn a new language.
Teaching yourself and kind of learning along. Dave will share his tips and tricks. He's a self-taught multilinguist. So
all right. And of course, organizing tips and tricks.
Yep. If you are looking to get organized this winter, we've got that organizing class and also some technology organizing. If you're a Google user, you can learn some tips and tricks on getting organized with Google. And then of course, our popular newish class, cutting the cable cord. If you're looking to save some money and get rid of some of your services and see what else is available, you can come to that class. We have a Just Say No to Scams class. There's a lot of new technology that you can easily get tricked with. So we're going to cover how to protect yourself a little bit from different scams that are out there.
Okay, just hold on one second here, Anne-Marie, before we go through some more of this catalog. But how people register, they can register online or they can register in person?
Yep. Or give us a call. Our office, 847-4418, or stop by at the Lincoln Education Center. We'd love to visit.
All right. Also, some of the other things, what is this with the adults classes? You've got winter classes available through Minnesota State
Yep, we've got some information on some workforce development classes that you can take through M-State. And then, of course, our adult basic education classes. Their office is out at the M-State campus, and they have lots of offerings for students 17 and older. You can see if you qualify for their free services out there. And then, of course, we have a lot of youth enrichment for school-age kids. We have some new classes, some art classes, some cooking classes, doing a language buffet, we called it, for the kids. We're going to be doing Spanish and Mandarin and sign language, just a little taste of each of those. So if you've got a middle school age child, that's kind of what we're gearing that toward. And then, of course, we have some game design workshops that if you're interested in doing some kind of computer game design, you can check that out.
All right. And of course, community ed is where you register for driver's education as well.
Yes. And we actually don't have any classes open for registration right now. We've got a wait list for our one last school year class. But we do have a parent awareness class that parents of kids in that process can take March 5th. To save them some driving hours. And then we will open the end of March registration for summer drivers, and we'll have several sessions coming up this summer. So,
all right. So if you're interested on a little more education, or you're looking at starting a new hobby, or you want to brush up on a hobby, or just try something new, get a hold of the Community Education Winter 2020 catalog. It is out now, and you can also go online, register, and find something that you might enjoy. Maybe you want to take a class with a friend, or your significant other.
Get those New Year's resolutions going.
All right. Anne-Marie Locker is Detroit Lakes Community Ed Director, and in the studio with us this morning, and also Fran Rethwich with Childhood Early Education. And we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more with Fran coming up next on Hodge Podge.
Now, back to Hodge Podge with Carol McCarthy on KDLM Detroit Lakes.
Welcome back to Hodge Podge this Tuesday morning, first Tuesday of January 2020. We're in the studio this morning with early childhood education through community education. Fran Rethwich, also community education director for Detroit Lakes, Anne-Marie Locker, and going through the most recent catalog that is now out, the Winter 2020 catalog. And Fran, we're going to talk with you about some of the pre-K and ECFE programs going on here in our midst in Detroit Lakes, and some of the offerings. What are some of the things that you have through early childhood education?
Sure. We are currently taking applications for our school readiness classes for the fall of 2020. Right. We have several options. We have half-day and we have full-day options. We also have extended care, which is after the preschool day that goes till 5:15 for families that are looking for a preschool experience in one location with childcare. That would be for our children that are 4 by September 1st. We also have some options for our children who are 3 by September 1st, which would be a 2-day, a Tuesday, Thursday, or a Monday, Wednesday, or a Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So several different options there. All the children that come in the morning groups receive a breakfast. Full-day children have breakfast, lunch, and snack, and the afternoon children have snack, which is included with the tuition. So if you're interested in registering for those preschool classes, you can get a hold of me at 218-847-4418, extension 6116, or you can go online to the dlschools.net website and look up Early Childhood School Readiness, the applications online. There's also a page in the catalog on page 21 that is the application form. It's a one-page, or stop by Lincoln Ed Center and pick up an application. So any of those options are available for the preschool classes.
All right. Very good. So if any young parents are out there, parents of young children out there listening, great opportunity to make some contact with folks in the area. and register for some of these programs. Also, you've got the early childhood education things going on. You've got lots of activities for young families through community ed.
Sure. One of our things that we have is our parent and child classes, mixed age classes. I went to these with my own children. They've been going on in the area for quite some time. Either parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles come with the children. And those are 6 weeks up to kindergarten enrollment. We have class that meets once a week with the group of parents, and it's ongoing. So you come in and you can have some time playing together, and then the parents or the adults have time to meet and talk through some different topics with the parent educator or guest speakers that come in. And those classes actually are starting next week, and they fill up quickly. I think we do have some openings yet. So if you're interested, get online or give us a call and get signed up.
And are all those classes at the Lincoln Education Center? That's where you're based out of?
Correct. All the mixed age classes are held at the Lincoln Education Center. We do have an evening class also that's available. And so sometimes, sometimes parents aren't aware that there's an evening class that you can come to with the children. So one of the things we wanted to do, which is actually happening today, is anyone interested in finding out more about early childhood family ed, whether you are a parent, a grandparent, a relative, caregiver, whether you're a professional in the community looking for more resources to refer families to, we're doing a Come and See ECFE. And that is today from 9:15 to 10:30, or this evening from 5 to 6. And that's at the Lincoln Ed Center. Enter off of the Willow Street access, and we're in room 108. So you can stop in, check it out, ask some questions, get signed up for classes.
All right, we're in the studio with Fran Rethwich, who works with the early childhood education out of the Lincoln Education Center here in Detroit Lakes, talking about some of the programs, some of the features in the latest community education catalog, Winter 2020 catalog. Also, Anne Marie Locker from Community Ed here in the studio. Also, you have things, of course, to get those kids and parents out during the winter months.
Sure. So we have our ongoing Tot Story Time, which has been popular at the library. We have that on Thursday mornings, 10:30 to 11. Just stop in. We also have our Friday Open Gym, which has been very popular as well. That runs from the 10:30 to 11:30 time frame in the gym. Come on in and check that out. And then we also have something new. We took a twist on cabin fever, and we're calling it Shack Wacky. And so if you would like to get out of the house in the evening with your little ones, Tuesday, January 14th and Tuesday, January 28th, 5:45 to 7 p.m., come on in, use the gym. We'll have some activities set up. There'll be some obstacle course things just to burn off some energy and get out in the cold.
Shack Wacky. That's the word of the day. It's going to be the word of the next couple of days, I think.
Yeah.
That's good. So how did you come up with, who came up with that?
We just were brainstorming. Cabin fever is kind of like tired, and so we just thought we'd come up with something, a new twist.
Sounded a little more exciting.
All right.
So.
I think it's going to take Shack Wacky. That's good. All right. It's Fran Rethwich and Anne Marie Locker in the studio with me this morning. Joining me, they work with the community education, early childhood education. The new winter catalog for 2020 is out right now. And if you've heard anything that interests you, or you want to delve more into the catalog, you can either pick one up. We've got these out. They came out with the paper. Where else can you find these? Anywhere around DL, I suppose.
Yes. Yep. We have someone that takes them around and leaves them in some different public places. So clinics, the library, different places that you're out and about. Keep your eyes peeled, and you can grab one, or you can stop in. We've got plenty at our office as well.
Right. And most of the classes are in any one of our buildings, Detroit Lakes School District buildings. So you've got the Lincoln Education Center, Rossman Elementary, the middle school, the high school, M-State and the ALC. So,
Yep. So we try to utilize all the different spaces that the district has. And
okay. And of course, we've got the winter catalog out right now, but you're always organizing for the next season. And if anybody has an idea, they would contact you.
Ideas, or ideally, if you would like to offer classes, we would love to have new ideas and different classes all the time. So one of the things we're excited to, we are working with the Polar Fest group. So we are going to be offering an activity for our young families to come during Polar Fest. And Fran can tell you a little bit more about that, but it's going to be called Snowmazing Adventures. So
yes, everyone who has children from the birth up to kindergarten enrollment and their families, come on in to the Snowmazing Adventures. That will actually be on Thursday evening, February 13th, or on Friday morning, February 14th, and no registration needed. Just come on in, no cost. We're going to be jumping right into some life-size settings of snowy books, and each family will go away with a book. And also, Papa Murphy's is partnering, and they're going to be providing pizza. So every family that comes in, you'll get a piece of pizza and a book and lots of fun activities around snow and around Polar Fest.
Okay, that sounds great. Yes, and you do partner with other entities, as we've just heard. So you're working through the Detroit Lake School District, but lots of people love to be involved, especially when kids are involved, to partner with them. And of course, you utilize the library quite often. So if you're interested in anything, starting a new hobby, or just expanding your horizons, getting out of your comfort zone, take a look at the Community Education Catalog. Always a good opportunity to meet new people too. So
yes.
Yes, we actually featured a family, which we have a lot of families that tell us that they've met people at ECFE and they're still friends to this day. So if you're interested, you can go on page 27 of the catalog, and we have an article about McKenna and Charlie, two children and their families who met at ECFE and who've actually become good friends with their families, and that happens frequently. So if you are looking to get out, you're wanting to meet someone, meet some playmates for your children, come on over to ECFE, get a hold of us, join up with one of our activities. It's a great way to meet other people in the community.
All right, very good. Anything else that you can think of?
We do have one scrumptious snack. That's a new one, too.
Okay.
And that one is some healthy
For
snacks.
adults.
So like Anne-Marie mentioned, there's lots of cooking classes for the adults. On page 25 in our catalog, there's a scrumptious snack, which is parents and children together can come in. We're going to be making some power balls, fruit kebabs, some healthy dip. So that's another new one that we have. And as always, if you are thinking we need to set up some type of a class for parents and children, get a hold of me as we're planning our out and abouts for the summer. Those were very popular last summer, where we met at a different location throughout the summer. So if you have ideas for that, or you're a business or a place that wants to sponsor that for one of the weeks to have us come and do a tour, things like that, let me know.
All right, Fran Rethwich and Anne-Marie Locker from Detroit Lakes Community Ed and Early Childhood Education. Also, I just happened to open up too, if you are looking to, or if you need licensure or I guess a certificate for your Heart Saver First Aid, CPR, or AED, you can look at the catalog on page 8, and you can take a refresher course or a full course to your certification.
You sure can. And we also have the low pressure boiler. I know that's probably a small group that's needing that, but we do have Ben Weekly doing training on that. One thing too I wanted to talk about a little bit more, kind of a turn here, but our adult basic education program's really been expanding, and they offer a lot of services for adults. If you know an adult who's not learned to drive as a teenager and is looking to try to pass a driving test, if you know someone who's looking to get certified in serve safe food preparation, those kind of things, They're offering some of these services at very low cost or free to eligible students. And to find out if you're eligible for adult basic education services and classes, you can call them. They're located out at M State is where they have their office. They have a separate phone number from community education. It's 844-5760. But there's a lot of good information in the catalog about the different services they provide, of course, beyond getting your GED. But there's great staff out there willing to visit with you and find out what your needs are and get you started on learning some things that'll help improve your life. So,
all right, great. Well, it's been a very informative conversation this morning with Anne Marie and Fran Rethwich, Anne Marie Locker from Community Education. And even if you have, you're wondering where you would take something. I mean, you guys are a good first start because you've got a lot of, you've been around for a while, you've got a lot of connections, and if you don't have a class or you don't have the information or you don't offer it, you will know who will offer it, I'm sure. So it's a good start for people looking for a class, or if you want to continue your education, or if you want to expand into a hobby, or if you have a young family in town that you want to maybe share the information with, do that. Give them the catalog, or call Community Education or Early Childhood Education at the Lincoln Education Center. And I think we've covered it.
Thank you for having us today.
Thank you.
Carol.
Well, and Happy New Year. And
Happy New
thanks
Year
for
to you,
coming
too.
on. And we'll look forward to the spring as well.
yes, it'll be here before we know it.
Yes. By taking a
you.
class, that also makes the winter go faster.
Yes.
So, all right. And we learned a new word today, too. So lots going on here in our community. And